Yo, what is going on, guys? Godrekton here today, bringing you another guide. This guide, compared to my last video, is actually going to be a little bit different, and it's going to be a bit more of a shorter guide, just for the people that aren't able to watch my other guides, and it's just something for me to kind of, show you guys, and just something easier to digest than my previous ones. So, this video, we're going to be re-going over the mechanics guide of things, and since my last video, which to this day it's still a really great watch if you're trying to learn everything you can about Renekton, I am not going to completely re-talk over everything. I'm just going to be talking about the main things that you need to know on a mechanical level. Because that video was more of a, let's say like a Bible type video of like, I showed every mechanic and interaction possible with Renekton's kit. And that will stand the test of time until he ever does get changed. So if you do want to know everything about Renekton specifically on a mechanical level, then I highly recommend to check this out. You're not going to get a better video than this on the internet, and I guarantee you that. I spent a lot of time working on this. I went through every interaction that I've discovered, that as a community we've discovered, and it's all in that video, just for your eyes only. So, for those that don't want to watch that video, and for those that want a easier way to digest information and also real-time commentary, this is what this video is going to serve purpose for. So my main goals in this video, as it's like a mini mechanics guide, is that I will be talking over like the main things that I use, things that you should probably consider, and overall just like, just show you combos and stuff too. Nothing too big or too unordinary. Like again, if you want to watch my main video where I have more stuff, then check out that video. But if you just want something that you're learning Renekton and you just want a quick like, understanding, then this video is perfect for you. So before we play and like show combos, it's important to know what Renekton is about. Renekton on the surface looks like a pretty easy to play, very easy to understand type of champion. But the more you play it and the more you really understand and master this champion, he has so many layers within his kit. It's like, I don't know if you guys have saw like the iceberg like way of like there's like iceberg memes and stuff. It's not so much a meme, but it's like at the surface, like at the top level, like basic things, but like you go down layer by layer, and there's just so much to unravel Renekton's kit, and it is something I want to share and understand with you guys. So some of the things that we'll be talking about in this video are auto cancels. We're gonna be talking about mechanics like as in animation cancels, little other minor interactions, and just combos too. So to begin, let's just talk about the basic thing. Let's just talk about why it's important to do these things. So pro play over the years has played a lot of Renekton, right? But one of the most frustrating things about pro play, and the reason why I think a lot of players haven't been good at Renekton, is just due to the fact that they've completely neglected this as a core understanding of the champion. Renekton can literally be played like a Riven champion. A champion that has so many mechanics and so many tools in the toolkit that you can literally like destroy any matchup. Like, I think Renekton is probably the only champion in the game that can win 95% of matchups consistently. If you are good, let's just say 95, let's say 90%. It's still a big number, right? And I truly believe that if you are truly a master at this champion. And the way that works is it's not only just the items, but it's also like the combos, the way you want to like, space, like it's all like micro elements, and you have many different ways to win a matchup too, like from a macro perspective, a win con, like knowing how to play off junglers and all stuff. Like there's just so much in his kit, there's so much to like really do with this champion that a lot of people don't really get it. And it's only when you think and like sit and like theory craft it that you start to realize the only major con about Renekton in the first place is the fact that he's very feast or famine, meaning that if you do fall behind on this champion, it is pretty hard to come back, you could say. However, it's not the end of the world, and you can always like do something as long as like you know how to get back in a game aspect. And if you got the right build, you play the right strategies. So if you are losing, you play to front line. If you're ahead, you play to carry. Like there's just different things you can do, and it all depends on the game ultimately. But where I was alluding to this anyways about the pro play thing is that like pro players, you see them do so many mistakes and basic things, you just think to yourself, is this really what the champion's capable of? He looks so slow in pro hands. Now, over the years, pros have actually gotten better as of the last year or so, just out of the blue, and I think it's because they're finally starting to understand the mechanical element, and because a lot of people have been on the Prowler school build, it basically you basically have to be better. You have to be very mechanically competent. You need to know your limits more, and you need to push yourself ultimately on this champion to really unravel all that. So to reach those spikes, you need to put so much more effort into the laning, into the mid game, late game. You go these like high damage items, you abuse these mechanics and combos and stuff, and all this is going to help you play the full AD playstyle of Renekton. And that's basically what we've been seeing recently. Now, don't get me wrong, there's still some very horrific players that play Renekton. But, you know, other than that, I think a lot of people have genuinely improved in the pro scene. And, you know, to continue with that trend, I do hope that people still get better at this champion, because there's a lot to still learn and do. And this is what we're going to teach in this video. So moving on, let's talk about the first main thing. That is auto-cancelling. Auto-cancelling isn't specific to Renekton, but it's like a specific mechanic within League of Legends, like a micro element where every auto attack can be cancelled or overlapped with an ability. So if we just like do auto attacks here, this is our normal animation. Nothing too fancy, just auto in here. Most of the time you can like auto Q. That's an auto Q right there. As you see, 80 IQ. I'll turn this on. 65. Now when you do it super fast, the number becomes into 1. Or it becomes like this at least. Obviously the numbers are going to change a little bit based on the PTA proc, but the bigger the number, you know that you've done it successfully. So, as we just demonstrated, auto-cancelling is pretty basic. It's best to do it this way because you get more DPS in a second. So imagine I'm slowly playing IQ. You know, 175 DPS, you know, pretty slow I'd say, then if I do this. Okay, it doesn't even account for that. Wait, let's start again. 2,177. Big number compared to the last one, right? And that's because on the frame it was really big, and obviously in terms of DPS it's just more important because the more attack speed you have too, the more this is going to really shine like as a, you know, an important like a mechanic. So just for instance right now we're going to just buy like a bunch of attack speed, a lot, right? So something like this. Oops. So as you can see, it's pretty important just for DPS rather than like being super slow. Because if you do it super slow now, it looks like something like this where we got like auto Q, auto E, auto wait, auto again. I mean E, sorry. Like you can just tell the difference there, like how slow you actually are in comparison. So if you are like trying to speed up your Renekton, like your baseline level of playing this champion, work on the auto-cancel, or any champion for that matter. It's not Renekton specific. Like, there's some champions that need to have faster combos like this. Like, think of Darius, right? Darius, you want to auto-W pretty fast and go into your next combo. Like, the whole champion revolves around getting bleed stacks. So the faster you get your autos off, and, like, combo in a certain way, like, the better it's going to be to actually succeed in that champion. To demonstrate all those things, we have auto-Q, auto-E, auto-W. You can also do it with ult as well, but obviously you're like auto then R. Let me demonstrate that too, just to show you guys. Nothing too major, but it's just something to know, and it's also just for the whole idea of this anyways. So let's get into the fun stuff now, the actual animation cancels. So Renekton has so many animation cancels. If you watch my video specifically, there's like over probably 60 animation cancels in his kit. And you wouldn't think that with this champion that does apparently appear linear, but the reality is that there's a lot of unique things that Renekton can do that you just don't see average players do. For instance, you would never think that if you EQ and then do this, wait, sorry, not that. That's like a normal EQ, right? Let's just imagine. But you can also do something like this. Oh god, I can never do it when I say. I'll probably edit this out. Like this. So we went from EQ to an EQ auto attack. That's an animation cancel right there. This is the most important Renekton animation cancel you probably need to know, or like at least one of them, right? This is called the Q cancel, or also known as the Panther Combo, which it was named within the early stages of Season 6 when it was also discovered, like along players, and one player voiced it out larger than most people, and that was Panther. SA Panther too, so, you know, shout out to him. But yeah, like, this is basically your most important combo. So the whole idea of this is you get quick damage off, and then you can, like, quickly disengage. So your hardest matchups that are poke matchups or matchups where you need to be in and out like a Darius matchup, this is your bread and butter for basically getting the perfect combos. And if you get your Fury correctly too, you can do devastating damage with this. And also for one-shotting, it's a really good execution tool to finish off your combo. So for instance, we're going to start off like here, EQ auto. Now it takes a lot of practice. Like before I actually go into like the theory of it, let's just talk about the how to do it. So you don't want to do it slow, right? You want to do it pretty fast. So like this. So the way I do this is you can do it in like multiple ways actually. You can E right click Q auto. So in your E you right click, which buffers the auto, you press Q at the end, and then you get the auto attack off right away. Another way that you can do it, which a little bit more inconsistent, but it's also something you can do. I basically had it in my muscle memory for years, is just EQ then like auto attack like on the frame, so like this. It doesn't always work, but you also have to factor that the more attack speed you have in your kit, the easier it is to actually perform it too. So if you're like struggling with Renekton and you're trying to, you know, do this combo, I've had a lot of comments in the past like, how do I do the combo? I keep trying, but I can't do it. Like, it's all about timing, and it's also the fact that attack speed makes a big, it helps a lot too, like. But yeah, you can still mess it up, but like, ultimately, it's a lot easier. So basically, it's just like, how much, the better attack speed, the more easy it is to do, but I would say 1.0 attack speed is like perfectly fine. You can do it even on 0.6, 7. Obviously, the more the better. But I'd say 1 attack speed precisely is like the sweet spot. So just having like a balk alone is like practically enough. If I just get balk real quickly. God, I can't do it. I've actually started playing Renekton again recently, like because I've been away on vacation. So this is like my it's like my second day playing. But yeah, basically, that's all you really need to know in terms of doing it. There is also another way of doing it where you can like E, Q, then right-click the ground, then auto. So it's kind of like the Riven Q combo, like where you do a fast Q, like you do a auto Q, click ground, Q again, and like you're just cancelling your Q animation a little bit. It's same Renekton, so you can do this. For me, it's actually like 100% consistency if I do that near enough. It's just that sometimes I forget and I go by my own muscle memory. But if I have to pick a way that's like the easiest, I guess, it's like E, probably like E click Q. It feels weird to me doing it, because I've played Renekton so many years, but you can do that, or you can just do EQ, right click ground and auto attack. Like this. I might slow down the video too as I'm showing this, just to give you guys a better idea. So now that we've talked about the Q cancel, let's talk about the theory of it. So in a lot of like matchups, the way you want to like actually like play this is you get 25 Fury or something, and then you go by your Fury number. So let me just hit this. It needs to be in combat really, so I don't lose. So I have 30 Fury. Each ability gives 10. So I'll do something like this. So starting from 30 Fury, I use my E and I use my Q. Both of those give 10 Fury hitting a champion, unless I'm below 50% health. But this allows me to build to 50 Fury. I then auto, so I get 55 Fury. I can then empower W. I can then auto, then E out. This combo literally destroys anybody. And as you saw by the damage, it's pretty devastating. And this is without any items. So a lot of your matchups, like, this is like your core tool to like beating people. So if you can master this combo and master going in at like 30 Fury or even 25, these are both like good sweet spots for the combo because you're going to be hitting 50 plus regardless for the Empower W. It is super rewarding, and most champions just take 2 combos to kill. So if you get this combo, you know, you already get them down to like half health or just below half health. Or if you're ahead, you can actually just one-shot straight off this combo. Like if I buy like, I don't know, let's just say I'm pretty strong in lane. Gonna have a Dirk maybe, some longswords. Let's build up my Fury. Let's say I go like this now. So that's 1,154 damage we just dealt. Now obviously there's no armor on this, but again, we still have ult, we still have ignite, we could still go on, like do more auto attacks, but for a short combo, this is as good as it gets here. Like it just does like insane damage. So it's a really giant tool. And when I was talking about the execution combo, a combo we do on Renekton to one-shot people, especially on the Prowler's build, is a... I'll just type it out too, so we do like WREQAA. That is basically... I'm going to talk more about this at the end, but essentially it looks something like this. And this alone just one-shots anyone. Now you can get your Fury better, but like for this combo to do more damage. But this is basically all you need to do. You can auto in the beginning too, which I recommend if you can get it off. But other than that, that's essentially it. So the WR, I mean, I'll talk more about this combo. I don't talk right away because it's pretty important for me. But this is just what I'm talking about right now. It's a good like execution tool with it. So now that we've talked about this, let's talk about the main one too. The main animation cancel. I would say that is your like W cancelling. W cancelling, it's pretty well known. I mean, if you played Renekton like for so many years, or you played ever since like, I don't know, season 3 before, you'd know Renekton used to have Tiamat cancels and stuff like that for his W, which would instantly cancel the W animation. However, ever since season 6, when they actually changed that and removed that from working, like it doesn't work the same anymore. It works as a double cast. Now, what is a double cast? A double cast is basically what I'm saying. It's like when two abilities form on one as like one ability. So for instance, a double cast, like think of like, I don't know, a Goredrinker and then like a W, like from a Riven, or like Goredrinker Q from Renekton, W Goredrinker. These are all double casts. So if I buy this real quickly and do this, I'll show you what I mean. So we use the item and then hold Q. You can do this on any ability. So you Goredrinker first then ability. So you're cancelling the Goredrinker animation and you're replacing it with the E. So while it is an animation cancel, it's more of a double cast still. Because it's already like kind of instant. I mean, we have a slight delay, but other than that, it's like we can kind of cancel out of it easy. Yeah, as you can see, we can kind of just like cast it whenever. But yeah, for the people that say that Renekton W gets cancelled by Goredrinker, it's basically not true at all, because a cancel would imply that we're completely out the animation. But if you watch carefully here, like I'm going to WE first. This used to cancel by E as well, but they removed that in the same patch in season 6. But as you see, I'm kind of have to wait for my whole W animation to finish. Now if I do W Goredrinker, it's still the same, but it's just replaced with a Goredrinker in the middle. But for timing, it's still the same, but I'm applying the damage on top of the animation. It's still good to know and still good to do, for sure, but it's not a cancel. I just want to get that out there. And for every other item active too, like Stride Breaker or anything like that, it all works the same, so you can like test that as well. But back to what I was saying though, the only way you can actually cancel W reliably is WR. WR is very important for the reason that we can quickly get out of our W, which allows us to go into our full combo, which essentially gives Renekton the playstyle that he's allowed to have, which is full AD, and allows him to be more of a duelist and damage dealer too. Without this, in the past, he's been severely hindered, and the champion has been left in a terrible state every time they've tried to remove this. So it never really works well for Riot to do that. But what it looks like is our W, and then just R like this. So I can like, after I R, I can cancel my R in like a multitude of ways too. So I can like WR right click, I can WR E, E will cancel my R animation, WR Q, my R gets cancelled by my Q, and then if I have an item active too, if we get the Godrekton again, I can also cancel the R with the Goredrinker here. So I'll do like auto WR or something, right, like. And then Godrekton can also get cancelled by an auto attack as well. So when you consider all this, you can do some crazy animation cancel combos. Like in the past, we had the Romanian combo, which was famous for this, which I'm going to show on screen right now. So now that you see that, something similar would be like this. Now I don't have much attack speed here, so I can't do it perfect. So if I just get a bit more attack speed too. Something like this. So the whole combo, if I just like write it out, was auto W R Go AA E Q AA. This is like the most input combo you can have on Renekton. However, it's not the most damage. until maybe Prowler's Claw gets removed. So we'll have to see like how that works as well. But yeah, so essentially WR leads into like a full combo. So every time you're gonna WR, you want to use it to like full combo into people. But if you have to use R originally, like initially I mean, it's pretty important to do that too, just to get your Fury on you for your W. Gaining power W is a giant asset to actually play Renekton too, and it will basically determine whether or not you kill your opponents or you're able to do the combo that you want to do. But I do think I'll talk more about the Fury stuff in another video, because I think Fury deserves its own video with how giant of a subject it is, and I'm yet to really make that. So if you guys want to see a Fury video, that'll be like my next thing I most likely make. But yeah, with that said though, like these are like the main things I'd say that you probably want to know on Renekton. Doesn't seem like a lot, but in reality there's so much more, and this is like the main stuff I guess. So just to recap, there's a lot of like ways you can Q animation cancel, and because we can have a Goredrinker too, we can do some like stuff like this as well. Like I can do it. It's been a while since I can do this combo. Wait. It's hard to see too. So you can like apply your Goredrinker in like different ways over your Q. Like you can E Goredrinker Q auto attack. It's really hard to do though, and I haven't really practiced it in a while. Or EQ Goredrinker. W Goredrinker. Godrekton E, Q auto attack. Like the opportunities for this is kind of endless. Like you can do so many different things. I mean, again, if you want to see all that, I recommend checking my video out because it has everything all there. And yeah, essentially that's basically it. I can go on more, but it's like the main things I guess if you want to know it. And if you want to see some like fast combos now, like, and for me to like elaborate on them, like I said, we had the Romanian combo. We could have a build like, I don't know, this, just for like fun. So your one-shot combo would always be this with Goredrinker. Now without Goredrinker, it'd be the top one, but you'd probably put an auto attack in the beginning. So if you're going to play Prowler's Claw, for example, you do a combo like this, and as you can see, we get 6,000 damage off. Pretty huge. So a 6,000 damage combo, like any champion in the game just gets one shot. Like ADC champs that probably have like 2.4, 2.8k health late game, maybe, depending on their item build, and this does 6,000 damage. Now, if we do put armor on, just to kind of, you know, maybe something like this. Say they have 140 armor. I come along. 4,500 damage. So pretty huge, as you can see. This does an insane amount of damage. Now you would be thinking, okay, you can do this against a squishy, but what about a tank? How would I play against a tank? Well, if you guys do know Renekton's abilities and what they do, Renekton also has an empowered E, which shreds 35% of armor. We have 30% of armor reduction from Black Cleaver. We also get 30% from Sheralda's Grudge. And then when you consider the amp damage from Prowler's Claw, Blair Ruin King, our runes, Last Stand potentially, PTA, there's so much amp damage that we can actually one-shot a tank champion too. So a combo for just one-shotting tanks that I think is super broken is this. I'll show you right now. Legal, right? So 3,800 damage. I could still squish out more AD too if I wanted to with a red pot, or like dragons and stuff. So this could be even higher as well. Yeah, essentially, if you just use empowered E, you just like shred any armor in the game. So just do it again. I'd even use Q there, and I still one shot as well, by the way. So yeah, if you play against tank champ, use empowered E, really huge. Even squishy champions, like I can like show again, like the example with squishes. Say they have a lot of health in the build, like for some odd reason. Like that's not going to stop me from doing this. 5,400. Like it's just insane, like what you can really do on this champion if you know mechanics and know how to engage a combo. Yeah, essentially these are basically the main combos too. I would recommend. So if you're gonna one shot, do the combo on the screen right now. I probably have something on the screen showing. And if you got like a tank, the one on the below. For mean, I have these videos in my combo video too, and my mechanics guide, so I also recommend that. But essentially, that's just the end of the video, really. I don't really have a lot more to say on the mechanic like level. I mean, there are some other little things too, I guess, like if you're wondering. Just as like random knowledge, right? I guess. So let's say like you want to go on moon speed build, right? Renekton's actually pretty good at moon speed, and the biggest reason why is because the champion likes to play in and out, and the fact that if you have full AD, you can be in and out, you can weave past everything, you're not able to get kited, and your moon speed, your E is also increased from moon speed as well. So if we go like some moon speed build, like I don't know, let's say we have like these items. I'm not saying it's like perfect, but it's just an example, right? Like look at our E. It's so much faster than so if we also use this, or we get Scimitar too. Well, it's not Scimitar. Here it is. So you can be like a very fast croc. Another thing to know too is like your E is also affected by ping. So lower ping you have, the smoother your E is too. It also if you like doing Q animation cancels too, E is also like affected from that. So the more moon speed you have with E, it comes off really smoother too. If I could actually do it right now. Oh my god. But yeah, I just woke up not too long ago, so I guess it's just that as well to make an excuse for. I guess other facts to know is like your W can crit once as well on the first hit. That's why I don't really believe Renekton is that good. Your W applies other on it effects too. Blair Ruin King procs 3 times on your W. It's a big reason why Blair Ruin King is so OP in the first place. What else am I missing? Ravenous procs 3 times, I'm pretty sure. Does it proc 3 times? It does, right? Yes, it does. That procs 3 times. Cleave also procs multiple times, as you see here. 3 stacks for 3 auto attacks. So typically you want to auto W and you'll just get like max stacks practically, almost. Just like that, you shred the armor and they can't really do anything. So with that said, this is my mini mechanics guide. I don't really want to go on any longer because I basically taught probably all the main little things that you need to know if you get into Renekton. And even if you are like advanced too, it's probably helpful just to know this additional information to help as well. And yeah, that'll be it from me. In my next video, I'll probably go over Fury management. In my last video too, I probably uploaded my rune guide already, so I'm gonna have a lot of Renekton content coming out at the moment in terms of guides. But I do hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. If you guys liked the video, make sure to give a like as well on the video itself. Make sure to sub, comment. Comment what you want to see too. Is there any type of videos you'd like to see? Any type of educational content in the form of guides or anything that's like, I don't know, form of like just type of videos too. Because I want to make anything that I can for my channel right now. Yeah, with that being said though, I will see you guys next time. If you guys want to join my Discord, the Discord link will be in the comment section too below. And I hope you guys have a good day. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.